Hey everyone, Eric here from Lapfix, back at it again. What do we have today? Wonder. Oh yeah, we have a MacBook Air in here. It's actually covered up. It's covered. It's a nice little blue cover, and it's in here for no power, 1369. But it's a little bit of an older model. But it's always interesting to see really what the repair process is, what the repair is anyway, especially for these ones, because these can even be relevant towards other repairs for like or newer models anyway, because it's kind of the same type of principle. So we always like covering these, and especially, man, a lot of customers still have these models, these older ones, the non-retina screens. They're still pretty interesting. So I have some interesting writing on there. You can see that. I guess that's upside down writing, but it's a bunch of numbers. So most likely this has either been replaced or worked on. Maybe someone bought it online somewhere. Who knows? There's lots of different marketplaces out there that you can get these boards. I don't know if it's been replaced because of that or if we're fixing the original issue. I hope we're not fixing a board that's been bought online and just didn't work. That would be, oh, that's not fun. I don't know. Should I show it? There's a sticker from, I guess I'll show from back here. For manufacturer, I don't want to call anybody because everyone has their own business, right? So I'm not really going to be showing that sticker name, but there is a sticker. You can see there's a warranty sticker on it. So this board has been replaced by a third party, and that is the case for it. So let's go ahead and open it up and see. Let's get the symptoms. We'll actually go see what's going on with it. Man, these sellers put their stickers everywhere. So I have the board out here. Let's go ahead. Let's look under microscope, and then we'll see what's going on. So let's go from there. All right, let's take this up. Let's see what we got here. Any liquid spill? Anything going on? It's very clean. Now I doubt this is I bet this has just been like replaced before, and then from there it probably maybe had another issue. I'm covering up a stickers. But I don't think this has just been bought and then we're told to fix it. We don't like doing that. We don't do that. So if you did buy a board and you want to fix it online, no, that's not going to happen, man. Because if you don't know where they came from, man, they could have been, who knows what happened to those boards. There's a reason they're on the market, and just return it. If you get a bad one, just return it. All right, I don't see any obvious liquid damage. Let's see if I plug it in. Let's see if the behavior changes. Actually, did we even do that yet? Of course we did. Yeah, we tried it already. See that? And that makes a lot of sense. So where is that on the board? This one that was all alone. The U7000. Right? This has a lot to do with it. PB3V42G3 hot. Charger A gate. DC in. Lots of fun things here. This has a lot to do with it. You can also really identify it if we go under the microscope here. It's a really popular one. It does kind of fail as well. And you can actually tell how close it is to the charger. So it's this chip here. And let's actually put this other way because you'll be able to see a little bit better. There we go. Now, do we see any damage around the area that's causing that to go bad? Or is it just the chip itself going bad? Or is that on the right there? Is that a little bit of liquid? Is it some stains? What is all this too? Is it liquid? Probably not. But it's gone bad, it looks like, and we most likely have to do a replacement for it. And if you actually see how close, I'm just going to flip it. It's going to be exactly on the other side here. What's close to that? And here is your charger. So it kind of makes sense where it's going on, right? If there's a problem with that. If you replace that, most likely, or if there's a problem with the charger, right here, if I flip it right back over, right there. So it makes sense why it's so close to the charger and why it does affect DC in and charger A gate, all those things. Those wonderful, wonderful things for something to power on. So if this goes bad, most likely there's not going to be other power to the rest of the board, right? Wouldn't that kind of make sense why it wouldn't turn on? How's that cap there? Is that cap doing well too? Yes, it does look like it's pretty good. Okay, so maybe why don't we just replace this and go ahead and see what happens from there. How about we do that? Wouldn't that be fun? Alright, so here's the chip. U7000. Now, you always like to take a look at the bottom there. If there is any type of liquid spill, you would see obvious damage here, and sometimes you have to add some extra solder if that is the case for it. Of course, it's not the case, but we're going to be doing a replacement anyway. So we're going to be putting a little bit more flux back onto it because what it's going to do is it's going to help it sit a little bit better, especially when we put the chip back on, and it's going to help resolder to those connections. And usually when you just put it on there, it kind of just floats itself away when you put a little bit of hot air there, and it's going to be just connecting fine. You want to make sure that these match up absolutely perfect, because if they don't match up absolutely perfect, they're going to connect to another part, or they won't fully connect, or you have a big, and if that's the case, you have a big problem, and you don't want to really be doing that. You always have to make sure these things are perfect. Usually you have to eyeball it too, and sometimes it might give you some other boards might actually have a little bit of like a indicator there of where exactly to put the chip, just to help out. But of course, Macs just make it hard, so you gotta know always what you're doing. Now what we're doing also is we're going to be touching up each of this solder here. So obviously a little bit more flux on it, and we're going to use a hot iron with some solder on the side there. So we want to make sure all these connections are perfect, because for this level chip, you have to make sure that this is absolutely perfect. You should always make sure that a chip is absolutely perfectly soldered anyway, but the best way to do it is you can't really rely on just the hot air to be making sure all of those solder connections are going to be absolutely perfect. So the best way to really do that is just use a hot iron with some solder. We want to go through this a few times, or at least just to make sure that we can touch up each one, make sure each individual solder point is going to be absolutely perfect. So this is a good way to do it. Sometimes you can even just use the hot iron. You can actually feel each leg, and when you do that, you can feel that you're touching it up totally perfectly. And it's, again, once the solder melts and once the solder actually hardens again, then it's going to be pretty good, and it's going to have a nice connection. And then you take a look under the microscope. You can look at each side, make sure it's perfect, because there are a lot of points here, and a lot of different places, a lot of different points going to a lot of different places. And again, this covers many areas on the board, as you saw as part of the board view there. So it's really, really important. So we see all the points there. Everything looks to be pretty good. Touched it up well. It looks very even. It's very, very clean. So we're just going to go ahead, just use some alcohol, obviously clean it up. And it's a lot of talking for one chip, but it's a very important chip. And these can fail obviously on other models as well. It's very, it's a very important chip. So we're going to be just cleaning it up there, and then let's go ahead and see if it's going to go ahead and work. All right. All right, let's go ahead, plug it in. Option. Power button. All right. We got some power. And there we go. Guys, so let the battery charge up a bit, because yeah, it's a 0%. But anyways, I hope you guys are watching this video on repairing the MacBook Air. If you did, please leave a like. Really does help us a lot. Subscribe for more content. We got M1 repairs, we got liquid spill repairs, we got data recoveries. We got a lot of stuff on this channel. If you're interested, definitely go ahead and check it out. Otherwise, see you guys in the next video. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. Take care. Bye.